Yeah,
Even
sure.
visible to me.
I
You are not visible to me.
Okay, yes. Give me a second. Hello. Good
Yes.
evening.
Yeah. Very
How are
good
you?
evening.
How are
Yeah.
you?
Great. Thank you. Thank you for asking. How are you doing, ma'am?
I am also doing great. Thank you for asking. Well, I think your name is Lalit, right?
Yeah. This side, Lily.
Okay. So, Lalit, as we are meeting for the very first time, could you tell me something about yourself?
Yes, I would be more than happy to tell you each and everything about me. So I'm gonna touch the base on my introduction. I come all the way from Uttar Pradesh, and it's been 7 years I have been working in private organizations. And apart from that, if I talk about my core of interest, so I like to listen to music. And this is all about me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You work in which sector? I couldn't hear.
I work in private sector.
Private sector. Okay. And how did you come into it, Lalit? When did you start your English communication journey? And how has been
Yeah,
your
it's,
experience
yeah,
so
it's
far?
been nearly it's been nearly 1+ years. I have been like communicating to the people. And if I talk about my overall English communication journey, so it's been 2 years to be into this language. And I have not been consistent in this. In my primitive days, I had some kind of like confidence issue, some kind of conviction issue, because I was not able to understand that time. I was not able to speak at that time. So these kinds of issues were being faced by me. But and okay, so before diving into this session, I would like to request you. So would you please walk me through about your introduction, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to introduce myself. I am Sufi and connecting to you from Jharkhand. By profession, I'm a spoken English trainer and I'm a part time YouTuber as well. Yeah. And my hobbies are interacting with various individuals, although I don't get time, but I try my best to connect with people. And sometimes when I get free time, I like playing badminton with my siblings. That's all about me.
Okay, great. So when did you start your journey in this language?
All right. So you want to know my journey. Okay. Well, I've shared several times, but I would like to share. Well, it's been 3 to 4 years, I would say, since I started my English journey, and my journey has been really great.
Hmm, great. Okay, and apart from these kinds of things, like what do you suggest to those people, those who are struggling or those who are having impediments or cumbersomes while learning the vocabularies? Because it's been a very hard nut to crack for the people to remember the vocabularies and to incorporate them while speaking as well. So, what would you like to suggest to them? Like how they can vanquish the vocabulary in a great manner and how they can incorporate in that communication.
Mm, okay. That's a good question. And yes, many learners face this problem. They try to learn vocab, but they're not able to bring it into conversation, right? Well, for vocabulary, I would say, oh, we can try using alternatives. When
Mm,
we use, like, for example, tasty, there are so many words for describing, food, like delicious, scrumptious. So
mm,
if we have to bring it into conversation, they can start describing, when they
mhm,
eat, what am I eating and how is the taste. So instead of saying tasty, they can try using alternatives like this food is delicious. this food is scrumptious. And that's how, when they knowingly
Mm,
use it in their no daily life, then their no whatever they remember, whatever the words they remember, they'll be able to recall on the spot. So they
mm,
have to use alternatives, and knowingly, intentionally, they have to use the new word. That's how they'll be able to bring it to conversation in real life.
Yeah, you said right. You hit the nail on the head. If somebody is learning like the vocabularies in such a way, so he'd be able to remember the vocabularies for long, and we'd be able to comprehend them simultaneously.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Anything else you would like to bring up today? Do you have any topic? Do you have any question for me?
Yeah, of course. I have a lot of question for you. However, I'm here for 15 minutes, so it's fine.
Mm,
Well, Lalit, as you said that you work in private sectors, right?
mm.
Why you started your English communication journey, and
Yeah.
how
So. Mm,
has it impacted your life after learning English?
okay. So the thing is this, I would definitely like to spill the beans about it. So the thing is this, actually, in wherein right now I'm working. So here it is very essential or crucial to speak this language. If I don't know how to deal with the people in English communication, so I would not be able to go further into my profession. So if I want to grab the promotion and all, so I need to I need to great at communication. I need to know how to deal with the people in English communication. So that is why it is very essential for me. And apart from this, if I talk about like how this language impacted and what all kind of impact I have got so far by this by learning this language. So I would say I have witnessed drastic change in my life. Earlier, I was like when I was explaining or I was articulating each and everything in Hindi. So people didn't used to pay a lot of interest to listen to me because everybody is speaking Hindi language, right? But when it comes to listen to English language, so you and me both all the people are paying interest to listen to the good English. Like even though if I want to listen any good great speaker, so that time I would go for the great speakers only. I wouldn't go for the those speakers those who are struggling while communicating, right? So now like one thing I have witnessed in myself as well, that people have started recognizing me. Like now he can like speak, and now he is able to incorporate advanced structures in the communication as well. And one more thing is there, that I am not here to resonating people like they should attract to me. So I'm here just to work on my communication so that I can grab the right position in my company.
Okay.
So ultimate,
You
my
have
ultimate goal is this. I don't want to work on YouTube and all. I am working on YouTube simultaneously just because simultaneously I'm generating content. If I need to put more effort to generate the content, so then it would be very difficult to find the time. Yes.
absolutely. So at the
Well, you
same
have,
time,
yeah, you have made your room like your office. I think you would like to, like, you want to recall the sessions in a professional manner.
correct. For this purpose, I've made this background, and as I said earlier, that I'm a part-time YouTuber.
Mm, okay.
Because of
So
this
as you
position,
said to
I
me that you are
requested.
English. Okay,
Sorry.
as you said to me that you are an English trainer. So how long have you been
Correct.
into this profession?
Well, earlier I was working offline for 1.5 year, and
Mm.
later I switched online, and currently I'm teaching online. Yeah, it's been
Okay.
2 to 3 years, I would say, if I combine both online and offline.
Hmm. So, for how long did you work on your communication? And as you told me that you have been into the teaching profession for last couple of years, like 2 or 3 years. So before that, and you told me that you started your journey 4 years back, 4 or 5 years back, right?
Correct.
So for couple of years means like 2 or 3 years you worked on yourself, and after that, you started teaching to the students, or those were the peers of this language. Am I right?
Correct. I was
Okay,
teaching
so
offline to I was teaching in school. In school.
mm,
So that was not like I wouldn't say spoken English. I was teaching textbook, which
okay.
we already know. Yeah.
Mm,
Later I started teaching spoken English. I
okay.
started training people
Mm.
speaking English. Yeah.
So
Yes.
one more thing from your end. So what all kind of challenges or impediments do you face while articulating yourself in front of the students, or while making them understand on something?
What sort of challenges I faced while communicating or while explaining?
Well, I'm not saying that what all kind of challenges do you face. I'm asking for those things like when you teach to the students. So what all kinds of impediments do you notice into the students that they are not able to understand, and in which manner they are lagging behind? Because thousands and millions of people are running after this language, and only few of them are able to get success in this. So what's the reason behind this story?
Hmm. Okay, well, I believe they face a lot of challenges, like they are not able to frame sentences, and sometimes they forget words. Sometimes they say that I lack in vocabulary, which I feel it
Okay.
is not a big deal because uh,
Mm,
even in even if you have limited vocabulary, you will be able to communicate with people. But if they really want to enhance it, they can. So first, I believe sentence formation is the first problem because they are not able to structure it properly. That's where I feel. And when it comes to fluency, they face challenges in fluency as well, as we don't have an environment in India, right? So yeah, they face challenges in speaking.
okay.
So if if they practice regularly and if they observe people how they are framing sentences and constantly work on it, if they maintain consistency, they can really overcome it.
Exactly, yeah. Consistency is the key of success. When I started my journey in my primitive days, so that time I also didn't know actually how to vanquish this language. And that time I was watching lot many videos on YouTube, lot many famous tutors are there on YouTube. So they were teaching in a different manner and in different ways as well. But nobody was teaching there that how to actually incorporate the things in the communication. So I was finding such a way where, like, by follow that, I'll be able to triumph this language. But unfortunately, I would say, because I had witnessed lot many videos over YouTube, but I was not able to bring out any kind of consequences from them. I was thinking that people have their own way of perceiving or on their own way of perspective. So they just need to understand that way of perceiving, like how they can learn the things expeditely. If we are doing something in a in a such a manner that is already has been decided by somebody, so it can, the possibilities are there that that particular process is not going to suit us. Like, so we need to develop our own way, we need to execute our own way of a strategy of learning the things.
Absolutely. If
Yes.
something works for others, it doesn't mean it will work for us, right? So of course, like we can take inspiration from them, but we don't have
Mm,
to just like do copy paste. We can develop
mm.
our own ways and through which we can really work. Absolutely. Some
Exactly.
people, they don't like to write, they don't like to read. I also heard from some learners, I feel sleepy while reading. But there are so many tutors, I follow them, and they have improved by reading. And it really works. Reading has helped me a lot. And I recommend people, but if it is working for me, it doesn't mean it will work for you.
Yeah, exactly. We just need to develop, as I mentioned earlier as well. So we just need to develop our way of perceiving the things. Like if we are able to grow by leaps and bounds by reading, so we should go for the reading only. And if we are growing by leaps and bounds by any aspects or any diversities of English language, then we should go for that, speaking, writing, listening, whatever it is. So we should go for that only. We should more focus on that particular part. I'm not saying that if we are just growing ourselves by reading, so we should only focus on reading. No, we shouldn't only not focus on reading. Simultaneously we should focus on more aspects of English communication.
Absolutely. Not only reading, and I believe if they really want to develop fluency, they have to speak. You must have observed or you must have experienced throughout your journey, right? Without
Mm,
speaking, how can they become fluent? I have also come across such learners. By chatting, we can improve, which
mm,
is an illusion, right? So if anyone wants to gain fluency, they have to speak because it will only come by speaking, right? So all
mm,
the aspect matters when it comes to learning language.
mm.
Like you must have heard the technique LSRW. So L is like
Mm,
listening, speaking, reading,
exactly.
and writing. So if somebody does every day and maintain consistency, they can really improve over the time.
So do you find any kind of challenge while teaching to your students?
Well, currently I would say I'm not connected to kids or mostly I am teaching professionals like those who are
Mm,
preparing for interviews and they know English already. They lack in confidence, they lack in pronunciation. However, we all are working on pronunciation. We can't call ourselves perfect. So
mm,
I don't find any sort of challenges. The only thing I believe, um, some learners have a habit of, translating from native language to English. So you
okay.
have to ask them to unlearn and then
Mm,
relearn. So that's a bit challenging for you because they are adults. They're not a kid. That whatever you say, they will do it. Like they have to choose it. That's where I feel a bit challenging. Otherwise, like no, I don't find any sort of challenges because I'm teaching to working professionals.
okay, great, great. Okay, then I'm done with my questions. If you have any question, you can bring that up. Otherwise, we are good to wrap this call up.
Yeah, no problem. We can end here. And as you hold the conversation, so because of this reason, you, I did not ask so many questions to you.
Mm.
As you will upload this conversation, if I would hold it, I would ask your journey and everything. So
Okay,
yeah, we'll
okay.
connect later
No,
and
it's not like
we'll have.
if you also want to upload this lesson on your YouTube channel out there, you also can upload. I have no issue with that.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, you can upload it. Okay. All
Okay then.
right. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
Yeah,
Have a
absolutely.
good
Whenever
day.
I try to connect with any kind of co-learners of English language, I really appreciate that thing.
All right. Bye bye. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Yeah, have a great time. Goodbye.